Simply not my just asking. This constitution was a negotiated document. It took 24 years to negotiate. There were several disagreements. There was Bomas 1, Bomas 2, and the Naivasha draft. Why we could not agree is that there are some essential things that we believed were so critical that it should not be left out. One of that is fair trial. And the principles and values in the Constitution under Article 10, Clause 1 and 2. So those principles includes patriotism, the rule of law, democratic practice, transparency, openness, and accountability. So that if you are a state officer and you want to do something, you should be open, transparent, and accountable. Now the problem is, if police effects an arrest on suspicion of somebody having committed an offense, the presumption is that they have done a prima facie investigation. They have tangible evidence or a consent which you can hold on. Then they now say, let us go and arrest. But you see, they are arresting and they have only one witness, who is a police officer, who is armed. Now they are telling us that the Maina is likely to interfere with the witnesses. How can Maina interfere with a witness who is a police officer, who is armed 24/7? And is the only one. And they have taken 72 hours to get one week. So they might need about 2,000 hours to get 10 more witnesses. That is the problem we have with them. Because if they had not been prepared properly, why did they arrest? Because they could have waited. So I believe that is why we have a problem with them. My learned colleague will address the issue of the political doctrine and persecution, political persecution by the state, which is coming out, manifesting itself in this process. Because they initiate a case in Nakuru, they deny trial bundles. But when they come to Nairobi, those trial bundles for Nakuru are attached as evidence to deny bond. But we have never been given evidence in Nakuru case. So you can see they are trying to manipulate the process. So my learned colleague can respond to that other issues.
Very, very briefly, my position is that Kenya is turning very fast and swiftly into becoming a police state. You have seen how many people, including Maina Njenga and others, that the police arrest, apply to court to detain secretly because they never serve the applications. And then once the courts also comply, and I think this is an important call to our judiciary to start to be independent. And I think Martha Koome needs to listen very carefully. She needs to realize that the courts are sliding back into being tools of the executive. So that they deny people bail, they hold them for 14 days, 21 days, then they go back to court to say, oh, we have investigated, we don't have evidence. But the idea really was to detain people as they manipulate certain things. Maybe scandals are happening somewhere and we don't know. So that's why I am holding the view that when you find the office of the DPP coming to support the police action without upholding the values of the Constitution, like my colleague has said, you can see that we are actually leaning very, very dangerously towards the precipice. So let Ruto grow up, let Martha Koome grow up, Martha Koome grow up, let Gachagua especially grow up, so that they start leading the country and governing the country rather than ruling the country. Thank you.
And finally, just to add this, I think Kenyans should be a worried lot, and even you members of media should be a worried lot. We have seen what is happening, the trend that is now going on in this country. This government is barely 10 months in power, and this is where we are. What will happen in 3 years or 2 years to come? Who will be safe? Even the court will not be safe if they don't, if they don't put their foot down. So it is high time they decided that they want to fix this mess. It is only the courts that now we can run to. Executive, legislature, all of them now are in one thing. So Kenyans must be vigilant. We refuse to die on our knees. We will die on our feet, and all of us must fight. This is not just about Maina Njenga. This is not just about Babu Wine and other people. This is about Kenyans. The issues Kenyans are raising are valid issues.